So here's me checking the Australian US dollar. So if we quickly go back to the monthly, what is happening here? So pretty much kind of a downtrend. Now kind of in the middle here. This uptrend happened, then the break, forming this higher highs, higher lows. Then we broke this line, so a retest of the previous, or kind of the last higher low, and then pulled all the way back. So pretty much ever since then here was kind of the double top, or rather the double top on the CCI and the bearish divergence on the chart. So ever since then here has been this kind of uptrend, downtrend. So checking the 4-hour chart, here is another kind of bearish line that we are at the moment, since we had here this trend that we broke out of, which actually means that at some point we could still see a move to around here before we continue to the downside, or see some pattern within this area. But for now we are trading even below the second trend line here, pretty much forming lower lows, lower highs. So this would be the trend. But if we now draw here kind of a trend line, which is, or what could be this kind of bearish flag, kind of the opposite of this one here, where we suddenly shoot higher. This would then be the flag where we shoot lower to the downside, pretty much. Since here after we broke this zone, the trend has been bearish. So pretty much the trend is still bearish, but here in this flag for now. Checking the 1-hour chart, rallying a bit to the upside. 30-minute chart here, what could happen is a move to the upside again. So if we can check the lower time frames, and here kind of a not really a pretty angle on the 50-minute chart, but we broke here. Now this trend line went above, and maybe we can see a retest to here, which is where we could look for buys to the upside again on the 50-minute chart. On the 5-minute chart here again, what is happening? Half 30-minute, 1 hour is kind of to the, and 50-minute I would be looking for buys, since we're still within this channel and here at the lower time frame. So something like this would be my entry point, somewhere around here, and stop loss maybe below this line, something like this. Target at least here or even higher, so risk reward around 5 or even higher. But on the 5-minute chart, if we take a look what is happening here, breaking now this line here, which means if we now see a retest to this area again, I would here look for shorts. The trade would look something like this to around here. So here pretty much again, depends on your entry and exit as well, but also a big risk reward ratio. This would be the short term trade, and the other one would be the longer term trade. So this would be the outlook for to Australian USD. So then let's check the New Zealand USD as well. So if we start with the daily here, kind of the same pattern as the USD, higher highs and higher lows, and now this kind of either bearish move, or if we draw it like this, then it is kind of a consolidation pattern that we broke here, which means we could here see a retest of this line and then head lower. Checking the 4-hour chart, so he broke this line and now again moving to this side here. If we go down to the 1-hour chart, so pretty much this and this. Now keep in mind this is always kind of a zone, it's not precisely a line, but it would be maybe something like this, where the resistance and support zones are. So since we are here at the support levels, we are looking for buys to target here. So pretty much same with the, so here kind of a double top. Here we broke past this high, and now we are going for the retest to, could be this area, could be lower, pretty hard to say, but what we are looking here initially is probably a long position. If we check the 5-minute chart, so pretty much what happened here was this movement with higher highs, higher lows, now breaking this area, and we could here see a retest. So if that were to happen, if we quickly get rid of all of this, so the retest could be to around these levels. So on this scalping kind of shorter term, I would here look for shorts, maybe something like this, to around here or even bigger. If we manage to find a retest to around here. But if we see some kind of turnaround, since we broke here this low, high, low consolidation pattern, we broke out of it, and now going back for the retest. So here kind of looking for shorts, and then here looking for buys. So this was the NZDUSD USD Japanese yen. What is happening here? Pretty much on this uptrend still, so perfectly here along this trend line on the 4-hour chart. The 1-hour chart pretty much the same. So here we are now seeing this bullish flag again here coming close to the trend line. So what we are looking here for, still some kind of buys. So the trade here is pretty simple, same as we did here. Looking for a break above this line and maybe a retest, then looking for buys, or just a big candlestick pushing above these highs here, and then enter for a trade after a big candlestick or after a retest. Simple trading strategies. So here again waiting for a breakout, maybe a retest, and then for a buy, or a big candlestick breakout and buy at the candlestick. So since the trend is up, we are looking for buys. So here big candlestick after the break above this zone here. So the same that we are looking for now. So here USD Japanese yen as well. I'm looking for long for buys. So checking the USD Swiss franc as well quickly. 4-hour chart. So pretty much here this mess again. A bit of a double top here, which could here the trend line is here getting targeted again, which means here we are looking now for shorts. If we check the 5-minute chart, so here to here, kind of uptrend like. Here movement to the upside broke. So what is happening here? Higher high, higher low, higher high. Here maybe a smaller one. Low. So here the break below, and here the retest to this line perfectly. This is where I would look for shorts, which is also the trend line, and then we are looking for shorts either here or the other possible option is that we wait for a break, since we see a retest, break out of this trend line with a retest and a pretty bearish sign, since we didn't see this here. Maybe a candlestick of that size here around after we break this trend line. But to really go for a, well, maybe kind of a risky trade would be to perfectly wait for a retest to maybe this zone right here. Stop loss around here, and probably even smaller, but entry around here, and target all the way down. So you could get a 1 to 10 risk reward, depends on your exit. I mean, it could be pretty much like this, but this would be the USD Swiss franc